Before going in detail about this price elasticity of demand, let us see what are the different types that are going to be included in this price elasticity of demand, and what is the meaning or definition of price elasticity of demand. So elasticity itself is going to give you the percentage change in demand and the price. So here we are going to compare in this price elasticity of demand, how the demand of product is going to be changing with change in the price of a product. So the definition we can give here is responsiveness of percentage change in quantity demanded of a product X to the percentage change in the price of the product X. So here we are comparing the demand of the product as well as the price of the product of same product. So we are not going to compare between two different products. So this for the same product, if the price is going to change, how the change in the quantity demanded is going to be affected, that exactly that we are going to measure in this price elasticity of demand. So the condition is other things remaining constant. Other things means here other factors of demand, uh, as we have seen in the determinants of demand. No? So all those other factors will be constant. Only the price is going to be changing. And how this is going to affect the change in the demand. Exactly. That is going to be measured in this price elasticity of demand. And other definitions also you can give, like the corresponding change in the demand of a product in response to change in product price. So this is also one of the definition you can give, or you can define it as the ratio of change in quantity demanded by the change in the product price. So whatever may be the definition among these three, so one and they are going to give you the same meaning. So how you are going to measure this price elasticity of demand? Let us see now. This measurement of price elasticity can be in two ways. One it is graphical measurement, and the other one it is mathematical measurement. So graphical measurement means by using graphs we are going to find out how many types of price elasticity we are having, and mathematical means there we are going to take the equation, some formula, and we are going to exactly measure the price elasticity of demand. So how this is done, let us go in detail to discuss. So graphical measurement means here you are going to come across, even if you it is said that graphical measurement or types of measurement at the same topic that you are going to write. Graphically we can divide this price elasticity of demand measurement into 5 types. So one, it is perfectly elastic demand, and the second it may be perfectly inelastic demand, and the third one it is relatively elastic demand, and fourth one it is relatively inelastic demand, and the fifth type it comes as unitary elastic demand. So these are the 5 types. We can divide them based on the changes in the price and the changes in the demand of the product. So what is perfectly elastic demand? Let us see in detail. All these 5 types, let us discuss in detail now. Perfectly elastic demand means here elastic indicates that there is change in demand. Elastic demand means there is change in the demand. So whenever you see that it is perfectly in perfectly cases, either price will be changing or demand will be changing. Any one will be changing in case of perfectly cases. So when demand will be changing means when you see that it is elastic demand. If it is elastic demand, demand will change. If it is inelastic demand, price will change. So this point you have to keep in mind. So under this perfectly elastic demand, the demand of the product will be changing, even though there is no change in the price of the product X. So there won't be any change in the product price of the product X, but there will be change in the demand of the product. So this can be represented by EP is equal to infinity. So infinity, because to the infinity extent there will be change in the sales of the product, even though there is no change in the product price. So this we have to represent by using a drawing a graph. How this is drawn means, let us take first you have to draw the x-axis and y-axis and take horizon, and on x-axis you show the quantity demand of product X, and on y-axis show the price of product X. And in this case, perfectly elastic demand, the price will be fixed at a point. No? So at that point, the price will be fixed and the demand will be changing to the extent of infinity. Let us see that in the graph at a point where it is demand curve is touching the y-axis, that is treated as a price of the product. Let us represent it as price as P. You can give numerical values also. Here I am taking as P. Even the price is P, the quantity demanded will be Q1. It may decrease to Q2, or it may increase to Q3. This can be represented as EP is equal to infinity here. So this is in this manner. If the demand is going to change, that type is called as what? Perfectly elastic demand. So the same thing you have to give explanation below the graph in words. So DD is the demand curve which is flowing from left to right, horizontal to x-axis, horizontal to x-axis. And at the price P of product X, demand is OQ1. So to compare this, I have taken OQ1. From this, I am going to compare whether it is increasing or decreasing. So even though the price is at OP, even though there is no change in the price of the product, so the demand of the product may be increasing sometimes. So that we can say that up to Q3 it is going to increase due to the changes in the market. And it may be sometimes due to changes in the market, so the demand may be decreasing. As you can take this due to COVID, what happened? Even though the price of the product is not going to be increased, so the sales was reduced. No? So that example you can take. Why this demand will be decreasing? So this even the price is same, even at P, that demand of the product will be reduced to Q1. So this is how the market will be behaving. That sales of any product will be behaving in case of perfectly elastic demand. And next comes a perfectly elastic demand. So this you can represent it as EP is equal to infinity. No? So that you have to write here in the below the graph. These explanations are necessary. And coming to the next type, it is perfectly inelastic demand. So whenever you see that inelastic demand, so that indicates that the demand, there is no change in the demand, or a slight change will be there in the demand. So in case of perfectly inelastic demand, when you see perfectly, then we can say that demand there is no change in the demand. That is, zero change will be there in case of demand, even the price is increasing or decreasing. So the same thing you are going to explain here. The demand for the product will not change, even though there is change in the price. Even though price is increasing or decreasing, that won't affect the sales of any product. So in this is called as what? Perfectly inelastic demand, which you can represent it by EP is equal to 0. The same thing we are going to draw in the graph. So as usual, we have to take the x-axis and y-axis, and on x-axis you have to show the quantity demanded, and on y-axis price of the product. This is common for all the graphs. Okay, and let us see that this is the demand curve. Let us name it as TD. So at Q1 the demand is fixed, and there is no change in the quantity, but at the price P also there is Q1 sales, and at the even if price is increased to P3, the same quantity was sold, and even if the price is decreased to P1, the same sales will be taking place. So this is how the in case of perfectly elastic demand case, the sales will be behaving. So this is represented by EP is equal to 0. So even though the price is increased or decreased, the same points you are going to write below the graph. See, now price of X is X commodity is increasing from P to P1, P3. There is no change in the demand of X. Even the price is increasing from P to decreasing from P to P1, there is no change in the demand. So this may be taking place in case of any product. For example, if you take now in this COVID, uh, even though the price of the medicines was increasing or decreasing, no one is going to take into consideration, right? So the sales of the medicines will be constant. So that you can take here example as perfectly inelastic demand. Even for necessary products also. We can't say that which are necessary like food, shelter, clothing, all these are necessary. No? So in such cases, this inelastic demand may be taking place in short period. Next comes the type of price elasticity is relatively elastic demand. So whenever you see that relatively, so in these relatively cases, both demand will be changing and price will be changing. But which is changing more? That is a question in case of relatively elastic demand, relatively cases. So when you see that it is elastic demand, then the demand will be changing more. Even though there is slight change in the price, small change, even 25 rupee, 1 rupee, if change is there, a slight change is there will be more change in the demand of the product. Drastic change will be there in case of sales. So this is represented by EP greater than 1 because demand is changing more than price, no? So greater than 1 you have to represent it. So this you are going to show in the graph, x-axis, y-axis, and quantity demanded on x-axis, product of x on y-axis. So see this demand curve is flowing from left to right, downwards in this manner. So let us compare this, and there is when the price is P, the quantity of sales is Q1. From this we are going to compare. If the price is going to increase to this extent, that is P1, let us take it as P1. So the sales will be decreasing to Q. So this is represented by EP greater than 1. The same thing we are going to write here. below the graph. DD is the demand curve, which is flowing from left to right downwards. And we are comparing with the P now. And from P to P1, if the price is increasing, the sales will be decreasing from Q1 to Q. The same thing we can show in the reverse manner. When price is decreasing from P1 to P, then what happens? The sales will be increasing from Q to Q. See, the gap between the price and the quantity is, if you compare, quantity change is more than the price change. So this is how you have to draw the graph. While drawing the graph, you must be very careful that the gap between the price and the quantity you have to keep into consideration or keep in mind while explaining this. So when it is in the case of elastic demand, you show more change in the quantity than the change in the price. So this is represented by EP greater than 1 in case of relatively elastic demand. And coming to the next type, that is uh, perfect relatively inelastic demand. Coming to the next type, relatively inelastic demand case. So as we have already said that when you see there is inelastic demand, that represents that there is less change in the demand or no change. But when it will be less change means when you see relatively inelastic. When you see that perfectly, that gives no change in demand. So this difference you have to keep in mind. So relatively inelastic demand means here demand will be changing less, whereas price will be changing more. So when there is a drastic change in the price, that will not affect the demand much. So there will be small change in the demand for the product. So this is represented by, because there is small change in the demand, keeping into consideration the demand only, you represent these values, EP, values. So because there is a small change in demand, EP will be less than 1. So this should be shown in the graph. Same x-axis, y-axis, quantity demanded, price you have to take. And DD demand curve, this is also flowing from left to right downwards, but it is somewhat slant. Let us take OP as the price and Q1 as the quantity. So the change in the price is more here, P1, but the change in the demand is less, that is Q. So this difference, you can see here the cursor, the difference between the P and P1 is more than the Q and Q1. So this you have to keep in mind while drawing the graphs of relatively elastic and relatively inelastic. Okay. So now when the same thing you are going to write here, quantity is measured on x-axis and price on y-axis. DD is the demand curve flowing from left to right downwards, and at OP of X commodity, demand of product is OQ1. So when we see that the quantity price is increasing upwards, you can see the arrow flowing upwards. That indicates that it is increasing price. So what happens? There will be reduction in price. See, from Q1 to Q, price is decreasing. The same thing you are going to write in words below the graph. So while writing this, you be careful that commodity price is increasing from P to P1 and demand of the product is decreasing from Q1 to Q. So in this manner, you have to clearly write. And when if the price is decreasing from P1 to P in reverse manner, so the demand for the product X will be increasing from Q to Q1. Same, you represent it with the arrows. P1 to P and Q to Q1. This is how it is going to flow. And the representation of relatively inelastic demand can be given as here in the graph. EP is less than 1. You have to show that in the graph. And the last type that is left over here is unitary elastic demand. Unitary indicates what? Unitary meaning is what? 1. 1. Isn't it? So in case of unitary elastic, if there is change in price takes place, 1% change in price is taking place, there will be same 1% change in the demand of the product. That means both will be changing equally. Then only we can call it as what? Unitary elastic. Equally means it is not going to be positively they are related. They are negatively related, but equally they are related. So it is represented by EP is equal to 1. Same thing you are going to write here in the graph. Draw the graph. X-axis, Y-axis. Quantity demanded on X-axis, price on Y-axis. And the demand curve flowing from left to right downwards. Name it as DD. And take same price P, quantity Q1. And when price is increased to P1, quantity is going to decrease to Q. So you, when you are going to draw the graph of unitary, you keep in mind that the difference between P and P1 should be equal to Q and Q1. So this gap you are seeing the cursor, no? Cursor moving. So this gap should be equal to this gap. Okay. And you are going to write below the graph the same points again and again. You have to repeat those words. At POP of X, quantity demanded, demand of product X is Q1. So when it is increasing from P to P1, you can see the arrows flowing from left to right. It indicates that it is decreasing. From Q to Q1, it is decreasing. So now price of the product is here, increasing from P to P1. Demand of the product is decreasing from Q1 to Q. This is what it is called as negative. If price is increasing, demand will be decreasing. This negative effect will be there, but equally there will be change in the price. 1% change in the price, increase in price. 1% decrease in quantity of sales will be taking place. So which is called as what? Unitary elastic demand. And if the price of commodity X is decreasing from P1 to P, demand of a product X increases from Q to Q1. So in reverse manner, you have to represent by drawing the arrows here. You can draw the arrows like this and represent it. It is represented by EP equal to 1. So EP equal to 1, you have to write in the words as well as in the on the graph. So that's why those are the different types of price elasticity of demand which you can measure graphically. So we will go for the next video. for measuring the price elasticity by using mathematically how it can be calculated by taking a small problem. I am going to explain in next video.